Okay, team, good afternoon to everybody. I am traveling, so I'm not down in Huntsville, but I'm out and around checking on, quite frankly, the workforce or a certain part of it. And so interesting travels again for me this week. Week 10 of our adventure here against COVID, making adjustments accordingly. Still have a little bit of hotel room anxiety, making sure everything is clean, as well as, where do I eat? Exciting times for a person who already has a limited palate to begin with. But I won't bring you deep into that, into my sad state of terrible eating. So I will tell you though, an adventure at the Pernas. Susan had me out doing things in the house this past weekend. I had two big responsibilities, and that was about laying down some mulch, and then trimming back the bushes around the house. The bushes are somewhere between 6 and 8 feet tall and 6 and 8 feet round. It was quite a task for me, both physically and mentally, quite frankly. All done very well until I found myself about 8 feet up, trying to get a spot that I couldn't reach. And my overextension caused me to fall over the bush. And luckily, I remembered my tuck and roll. Getting up pretty quickly, concerned because the trimmer was still running. So no danger there, quite a bit of danger, but no damage. And thankful that I remembered, and at 60 years old, I can still be agile to the situation. So made it through that, a little bit of soreness, but it's all good. I was able to do PT the next day, so that was my metric for I'm all right. So that was the extent of the Perna adventures. Hopefully she has something, Susan has something else for me to do next weekend. We'll see. She's pretty good about keeping my list racked and stacked, so more at the end. So today I want to give a couple moments of thought to Memorial Day weekend. And what does that weekend stand for as we head that way? This is about the men and women who have lost their lives in defense of our country, in defense of our Constitution, in defense of our way of life, right? And we should never forget that. And, the courage, their determination, their persistence, their selfless service, and quite frankly, at the end of the day, giving what others have not given, their lives. And so I ask that you all take a moment, right, and think about that. Not to be sad, but to remember what they did, and to give thanks to them and their families for all that they did. Because of what they did, we live like we live today. We are the luckiest nation in the world. And it's because of their sacrifice. So I ask you to take a moment and think about that. In that light, though, and you've heard me say it before, I believe we're at war against COVID-19. And in that light, I think we have many others who are putting themselves in harm's way to protect our way of life and to protect us. They might not be soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, or Coast Guard men, but they're Department of the Army civilians who are making the mission go on. They're contractors who are making mission go on. But then also, let's just talk about the obvious. The medical teams, right? Our doctors, our nurses, our technicians, those who keep the hospitals clean, those who are caring for patients every single day. I'm just tipping my hat to you. Thank you for what you do. Whether it's supermarkets, policemen, firemen, those who pick up our waste, our garbage truck men, I just want to say thanks. I've done it before, but in light of Memorial Day, I just think you're special people, all of you. So thanks for all that you do. As Memorial Day comes upon us, what is it, right? It is the beginning of summer for a lot of people, as you think. And I want you to enjoy, right? Enjoy the weekend. Understand what it means, as we've talked about, but also take time to get out. It is still our personal responsibility to make sure we are disciplined in our actions, right? When we go out, we owe it to each other, right? And you're in public to be wearing a mask, right? It's about respect for each other. When we go out, we owe it to each other to be 6 feet apart. When we go out, right, it's important that we stay disciplined in making sure our hands are clean and we're not touching our face. And so all this is on you, and I apologize, it has to be on you. But if you institute and maintain a personal discipline, then the spread of the virus will dissipate. And when the spread of the virus dissipates, then we are winning. And so it's on all of us as individuals and collectively as society to do this, right? And so the more we do, the better off we'll be, both personally and as well as a community. So I'd ask that you think about it. Don't let the summer, don't let our past memories drive us to ill behavior. Don't let the rhetoric on TV, right, drive you to ill behavior, right? Take responsibility, hold yourself accountable, be disciplined in execution, and we are going to benefit personally and as a community. We will be stronger today, but we will be, more importantly, victorious in this war with your personal effort. So I'll close now with Susan and I are planning, we'll be by ourselves. We're going to Skype with our sons and their families, and we are going to enjoy the virtual time with them. And then, quite frankly, we'll be making calls to our other family members, my parents, Susan's brothers and sister, my brothers and sister, and then we're just going to have a virtual special weekend. Now, with that said, I already saw her list, and she does have me doing some things. Quite frankly, I'm a little concerned about the list and my ability to do it, but I've been taking them on one step at a time. YouTube has become my new friend, but I don't do anything without YouTube now. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about hanging pictures. I've learned a lot about shelves. I've learned a lot about how to change the plumbing in my toilet. I've learned a lot about electricity, which, oh, by the way, I still contract out because I'm not touching it. If you get a second, think about me doing that work. If nothing else, it ought to bring a smile to your face, knowing that I will dork it up for sure, and then I'll do my best to cover it up so that Susan's happy. So all of you, thanks for what you're doing. Thanks for managing our priorities, taking care of yourself and your families, making sure that we are in the fight against COVID-19, and then making sure we're doing our mission every day around the world to support the war fighters who are in harm's way. We're just doing it. We're doing it well. And I'm so proud to be your commander, and I thank you for all that you do. So God bless all of you, and I'll talk to you again next week.